So for my project, I did Ubuntu through VirtualBox. Now to download VirtualBox, you just need to go to virtualbox.org/wiki/downloads. And when you get to that page, you're going to want to pick the link that matches your platform. So for me, I have a Windows 10 PC, so I click the Windows host link. You should then get a pop-up box for your installation package. So just run through that. I just pretty much went through the standard for everything, just because that's what I prefer. I prefer to have it on my desktop with the quick links and everything like that. And then I will pause for now because this installation takes a good bit of time. So my installation is complete, so I'm going to go ahead and open VirtualBox. So this is VirtualBox Manager. As you can see, I've already got a Windows Server 2016 VM set up. On this side, you can see where I have Solaris and IBM, excuse me, as well. But ignore those because those were just tests. I was just running through different VMs to play with. But here I'm going to go add a new one, and I'm going to add the Linux Ubuntu. I'm going to go ahead and add the hard disk. And then I'm going to start it. When the virtual machine loads, it's going to ask you to select a startup disk. So I'm going to go here through my folders and find the ISO I have downloaded for Ubuntu. And this virtual machine takes quite a bit of time to install, so I'm just going to bounce through and just show you the highlights of the installation and then kind of just cut down the video by cutting out the rest. So after the disk image finally loads, you get to this screen where you can either try Ubuntu or you can install it. Trying is very, very quick. You don't have to go through the installation process, but you have limited functions. I just went ahead and installed it just because I do like Ubuntu. I had it installed, then I uninstalled it so that I could reinstall it for this video. I do use it for some of my other courses. I like the features that it comes with. It comes with similar features to Microsoft, like Word and Excel type of documents, but they're free, so that is a plus. They also have really good built-in security features for security professionals needing to read packets and things like that, and that is my field, so that is why I like this layout. Ubuntu gives you an option of whether or not you want to install the normal functions or you just want something kind of small and quick. So the small and quick is a minimal installation, and that includes the web browser and the basic utilities, but it doesn't include some of the other apps like the Microsoft Office like products I mentioned earlier, and also the other softwares that can help with the security. So that is kind of important to go ahead and install the full package because then you're going to get the full use of everything that's awesome in Ubuntu. Usually it'll ask you if you want to run Ubuntu, and you can run it similar to Windows, next to Windows. You don't have to run it as your primary OS, but in this case it's not seeing a primary OS, so what it's going to do is make the Ubuntu system the primary OS of the VM. Next, it's just going to ask you where you are in the world, and it's just using this to determine what time to set the OS at. It's automatically set as being in Perth. Just tell it where you are. I like the map feature just because it seems a little smarter for people who don't really understand time zones. The last part of installation is just Ubuntu wants to know who you are so that you can create your username and your password. And it also needs to know what your communication name is going to be. My keyboard freezes like crazy, so I had to figure out what was going on here. But this is the information I entered. I just put my name, and as you can see, my computer's name is Chelsea-VirtualBox. So if my VirtualBox is trying to communicate with another server, that's the name it's going to show. So while you're waiting for the rest of the installation to happen, you can kind of run through these little pages and it just shows you what Ubuntu has before you actually get into it. And then after it's done, it will make you do a restart. So again, I'm going to pause until I open it back up. So I've restarted my VM after my installation of Ubuntu. So here I'm just going to go through some of the apps and the features just to show you around. So as you can see here, I'm going to open Firefox, and that is Ubuntu's primary browser. And if you look up in the top corners of the screen, other than, my low battery life on my laptop, you can see that my internet is connected, so I'm just going to demonstrate that here. Just by searching and going to the MGA website. And here we are. So we can see internet's working, so that's good. So let me move on to another feature. Okay, and I'm going to change the view here just because this is a little nicer to see for me. But anyway, these are some of the other apps. These Libre ones, these are like the Microsoft Office types of apps that are free. This is a music player, kind of similar to Apple iTunes. That's your email, so that would be like Microsoft Office as well. That is your system, and that pretty much shows you your logs, and you can see how your PC is running. And here are your utilities. So these are devices that help you run and secure your computer. This is a password manager, pretty much that is included inside Ubuntu. So that's pretty cool. You can create private keys with it. You can store passwords. I mean, it's pretty safe. Then here I'm just going to open the terminal in Ubuntu, and basically the terminal is the equivalent of Windows command. So here you can type commands just like you would there. They're a little bit different. So here I'm going to type in sudo apt -get update.